Hello everybody, welcome back. Another video that we will be talking about. Today we are going to be covering a poem called My Mother at 66, which is a very beautiful poem that was written by the poet Kamala Das, and it is one of her most famous poems. So let's begin with some important themes, and then I will explain you and give you a short summary of the poem. Basically, the poem revolves around aging, and that is the theme of the poem. Aging is very significantly shown because we are talking about a mother who's aged at 66 and how she's aging and the differences that have been seen by the poet in her mother. Another theme that has been highlighted is the helplessness of the current generation because they cannot help their aging parents in any way. It shows how aging, that is the law of nature, you experience different things when you're old and what has been thrown with it, and you're supposed to handle and live with it. That is what the poem and the theme evolves around. My Mother at 66. The poet has her mother sitting next to her when she's driving. She notices how her mother looks pale, colorless. In that paleness, in that colorlessness, she sees a dead body. In her head, she realizes that her mother's end is coming near and she might die very soon. And it shows the kind of fear, agony, and the helplessness of the poet because she cannot do anything to stop that. She has no control over the law of nature and that people age. She obviously looks at the trees, the young children playing, and tries to divert her mind from her pale looking and cold looking mother and the helplessness that she feels. That is basically a very short summary of the poem. Obviously, you need to know line by line definition of the poem. You can just not know an entire summary, and when you're asked a paragraph's explanation and give this. This is just a basic gist. Again, when you're asked to explain the theme, you have to explain the dilemma a child faces when they know that their parents' death is approaching and they can do nothing about it, but just accept the mother of the poet is lost in her old world. She's sleeping with her mouth open. She looks pale and cold, and that means that she's approaching her end and she's lost interest in what is happening around her. You can also see the difference about what is happening inside the car and what is happening outside the car. The young trees, so it's very specifically mentioned that the poet diverts her mind by looking at the young trees. Again, the difference between someone old and young, how different it is. How the kids are playing, again, signifies youth, whereas her old mother's quiet and sleeping, the difference between the energy levels of the two has been kind of symbolized here. Also getting back to the theme again, My Mother 66, it's from the poet's own experience, the pain that she feels, how she cannot do anything for her mother. She sees it coming again, how she was separated from her mother in her childhood. That is going to happen again. She does not want to see that. She does not want to see her mother cry. This is the gist of the poem. I'm going to explain you 2 to 3 important lines. We're not going to go line by line. Of course, by now you might have done all the chapters multiple times, but there are 3 very important lines in the poem that you should know. Familiar ache, my childhood fear. You need to know the meaning of this line. This explains the close relationship that the poet had with her mother since childhood. And she has always felt the fear from the beginning, from her childhood, to be separated from her mother. This also explains the close relationship they had and the fear that she feels now because she has always felt fearful about being separated from her mother, and when death comes, it means separation. So the death means separation, which she sees coming for her mother. Hence the childhood fear, and the fear now feels very familiar. But the poet reassures her mother that they will meet again. Another line that I want to pay special focus to is driving from out of their homes is another line that I want to give special focus to. Again, this particular line focuses upon how the poet is sad when she sees her mother sleep next to her, unconscious, and she notices how she looks pale and more cold, and the fear of losing her hits her head. And then she observes the children playing and the trees. A thought hits her that everything grows old with time and nothing is going to remain the same. Getting to the last line that I again want to put a lot of focus on is, but after the airport, smile and smiles. Very beautiful line, very meaningful. This line is when she's at the airport, when she's going back at the airport and she's away from her mother. There's a distance, she's inside and she's outside. She looks at her mother from a distance. She again notices the paleness and the dullness of her face. At that very moment, she felt sad in the separation from her mother, just the way she felt in her childhood. She also fears that this might be the last time that she sees her mother because she's growing old and she might not see her again. That is another thought that hits her head and makes her more upset about the separation. As a reassurance, she still says herself she will see her mother again very soon and she does not want to lose her. And this is the end of the poem. So it's a very deep, very meaningful and a very beautiful poem. Nothing difficult in it to understand, yet very beautiful and meaningful. So I hope you guys understood the gist of the poem, and we are going to see you in another topic. So don't forget to hit the notification bell in order to get updates from our channel, and also share this video with your friends. Give this channel a thumbs up, like, share and comment. Also, we're going to upload a lot of other videos which are going to help you improve your English. So thank you for watching and we will see you next time.